Yo, what's up guys, Nandra here, welcome to today's video. So let me go ahead and preface this by saying that one, I'm gonna be using a video from a previous game that I played earlier today that I already used in a video. Two, this video is gonna come off a little bit ranty. I promise it's not like I'm not gonna be like, you know, full salt mode or anything like that. It's just that this is something that I see people do a lot of the time, and for this game, when I was like discussing it with some other people, it was one of those, like, it made me salty, like not because like I'm like a sore winner or anything like that. It's just that because I like it when people play well, like just because like if you play well, that'll make me feel better about myself. Like if I win the game, like it's not just gonna be like there's gonna be no room for someone to be like, oh well you won because this person was bad. No, it's gonna be this was like a well thought out match. Like you played well, he played well. Like basically, it gives more credence to my or I guess like credibility to my videos. Like when people play well, and not when people just like playing games for no reason. So again, let me just go ahead and get and just explain why I didn't like this. Right. So all of that previous stuff aside, when you play Haven, a very core aspect of Haven that a lot of people kind of like don't really understand or realize or just kind of, you know, comprehend, is that when you play Haven, the entirety of your deck aims to play for future turns. Like the only exception to this is Themis, literally just Themis. But all of your amulets, they all require you to take a tempo loss that turn, with the exception of say Marcher's Tea Time, in order to take a tempo loss to make a very big turn. Whenever said amulet pops. So obviously, I see people do that pretty well when it comes to Beast Call Aria. However, the amulet that I don't see people do it well, and this is actually the important one, is with Tribunal of Good and Evil. So Tribunal of Good and Evil, it's 4 mana, kill a random dude, but less for real. In reality, the hidden text is kill your bones best dude that turn, and then 3 turns from now. Jokes aside, when you use Tribunal, a lot of times when people play it down, I feel like they play it down at incorrect times. You don't need to Tribunal just you know, any little thing or whatever, especially when you don't have to. So versus Dragon in particular, Tribunal is worth its weight in gold, literal gold. Like, because with Tribunal, when you think about it, 9 times out of 10, when you use your Evo to not go face, it's not to make a pre-Evo, even though I do believe that people should be like using pre-Evos just because they're very good. At least they're very good when done correctly. But it's usually going to be used to clear something. Now, a Tribunal, what does Tribunal do? Tribunal also clears something. So essentially, you can say that one Tribunal activation is worth 1 Evo. So a single Tribunal is worth 2 Evos. 2 free Evos is pretty huge, don't you think? Especially when for the second one, you don't have to pay anything for it. And you can also sculpt it in such a way that you get your desired targets. Because generally, most times when you do that, you're gonna want to try to pair it with, say, like a Themis or something like that. So that way, you know, it's on a simplified game state. Your opponent can't really develop that many things in play, and you usually have much higher odds of popping the creature that you wanted killed, which again is usually their best creature. But the bigger thing about Tribunal is that, again, because it is essentially worth 1 Evo, that gives you a lot of tempo, because it's worth 1 Evo irregardless of whether or not you use one of your natural given Evos that turn. So generally, we want to play a Tribunal is you want to set it up not for that turn, but you want to be thinking about the when is this Tribunal popping? Like, the very good the good Haven the good Aegis as well as Seraph players, they'll aim to have their tribunal pop on their I want to win the game turn. So in the case of Seraph, that means that they'll play your tribunal on 5. You play your tribunal on 5, so that way it pops on 8. It pops on 8. It gives you that tempo swing that you need in order to freely play Seraph, and then you just win, because who plays Odin, right? In the case of Aegis, you play it on 6. You play it on 6 in order to get your pop on 9 in order to play on Aegis. And this is good because with this one, you won't even need that Evo for the Aegis that people are so desperate to cling on to, because again, the tribunal did that work for you. Like, it already got rid of the biggest creature, and provided that you played your turns that you played your turn 5, 6, 7, and 8 well, you're gonna be fine. You're not gonna die. The only way that you're gonna die is from some crazy OTK combo from the hand that only say like the likes of Force can do. And let's be real, when was the last time that they saw like Roach Force? Think about that for a second. But yeah, like, so it really makes me annoyed when people do that and then when they don't like capitalize on it, just because again, that's the very essence of the class in and of itself. You take tempo losses to make bigger turns in the future. So like, you want to be thinking, several turns ahead. All right. So let me go ahead and get into the game, and just go ahead and show you guys what I mean. Thankfully, I did not play over this, because when I tried to record it the first time, I didn't. Fuck. Was that even the right game? I hope it was the right game. Alright, well, if it wasn't the right game, I'll just go ahead and try to see if I do have that game. Okay, thankfully it was the right game. Okay. So, the only turns in this game that matter, or at least as far as my point goes, is turns 3, 6, 7, and 8, I believe. So I'm just gonna go ahead and fast forward into those turns. Okay. Okay, so this first turn, he plays the Kaiser. So now we know that for the remainder of this game, he has a carrot in hand. We know that because we know that I will not banish that carrot. I don't play Odins. I'm not banishing that carrot. That carrot is never leaving play unless I'm somehow able to make him discard it, which is literally impossible. So as a result, I go Fervor here. Now, a lot of times when I show you guys these videos, I go ahead and I tell you, okay, don't let the dragon play a Fervor for free. But if I'm already on the play, if I've already played the Oracle, I'm gonna get the Fervor for free. You can't stop that. What you can stop, however, is me getting to play Fervor a second time. Generally, the dragon player is almost assuredly not gonna play that second Fervor unless they have removal spell in hand. Now, granted, I did have the removal spell in hand. However, it's not going to be a guarantee that I have that removal spell in hand and that I can go ahead and Fervor into you. Now, yes, I do realize that yes, he was Aegis Haven. He wants to try to hold on to that Evo for his Aegis. However, it doesn't matter if you have an Evo for the Aegis if you're already just dead on board, right? Yeah. So again, we knew for a fact that he had a creature that he could Evo into this. However, he instead decides to play the Tribunal. Now think about this. He's playing the Tribunal when he could just give me an Evo, because again, they do the same thing. However, the Tribunal, because it's worth 2 Evos, is worth so much more than him just giving me 1 Evo and a disposable creature. Like, if it was say, oh, well, he didn't want to take a -1 or something like that, like, because I was just gonna clear it, that'd be one thing. But the carrot is literally a disposable creature, because I kill it, it goes right back to your hand. You can play it again. You can play it again right the turn after. Can you say the same thing about your Tribunal? No, the fuck you cannot. Like, but yeah, like, let's go ahead and take a pause and just observe. On what turn is this tribunal gonna be popping? Turn 7. Go ahead and take yet another pause. Go ahead and look at the entirety of Haven's collection and tell me what proactive card can they possibly play on 7. Oh, let me go ahead and spoil it for you. Exactly, just curate. So curate doesn't right. So curate does nothing versus dragon, or at least it does nothing versus dragon early, unless you just somehow like magically took a beating because they played in this because they had a symbol in play and just like evolved into your face and just smash your face with that. So you need to play the curate in order to like not die. However, I just played a fervor. I'm at a tempo loss. Additionally, by you playing up that tribunal, I just drew 3 cards. I'm about to draw a 4th. If any of those cards are Dragon Summoner, that can fetch me a Sybil. If I have the Sybil just by itself, that's still fine too, because you've used a tribunal, and I can just go ahead and pre-evolve the Sybil. Now this is bad for you because, again, you just used your tribunal. What's the best answer? Yeah, what's the best punish to pre-evolves when you're Haven? Tribunal. What do you not have? Tribunal. Whereas, if you had that carrot, and I had to evolve into that, what's my Sybil going to be at? 3 HP. What a Haven banish is at? 3 HP. Like, it's just one of those, like, I cannot trust this enough. Literally, when he plays it here, if he doesn't have a second one, then he's literally just like shot himself. Yeah, he's really just gone full chaining and just like shot himself in the face with a shotgun. Like, he just punted this game. Alright, so it's my turn. I can go ahead forever again if I want to. I can go ahead and develop Sybil if I want to. Here, Sybil, it would have been the best possible thing for me to develop. However, I'm greedy. I like drawing cards. So here he has tea time. Tea time would not have been good because if I had gone Sybil, you would have had to go tea time. You would ping the Sybil, then go ahead and ping. Then go ahead and give me your evolve point and your creature. Like, I'm perfectly fine trading a creature and an Evo with you if that means that, oh, well, I'm on 9 mana and you have no creatures. What does Dragon like to play on 9 mana? Oh, that's right, Poly. What does Poly do? Rex Haven. Additionally, with the Tribunal, you want to try to make it as awkward as possible for your opponent to deal with. What I mean by this is, on the last pop, you want to try to steer the board state into a board state where the Tribunal gets a pop on exactly one creature, because again, your opponent doesn't want to take the chance of you popping their best creature. So if they can't like flat out multiple smaller creatures as like decoy targets, then they're not going to play anything. And you can abuse that because, oh, when the board state is even and you have the initiative, you can play greedy stuff. You can play greedy stuff like, say, Marcher's Tea Time without an evolve, or most likely, though, you can play things like, say, Seraph, when you only have like, say, no amulets in hand or something. Sorry, when you have like no countdown reducers in hand, or you can play like Aegis or something like that. Like, right. So here, he gets Judge. He has to give me an Evo. Like, he has to give me an Evo. Could have been avoided. Like, all he had to do was just, not be bad. Just straight up not be bad. Because once more, if my Sybil's at 3, he can ping it with Marcher's Tea Time and kill it. I Evo into the Marcher creature. That creature will also be at 3 HP. He gets to play Judge. So still, we'll only have used one Evo. The Tribunal will be popping when I go back to Evo into the Judge, and that'll be good for him. Additionally, look at his HP. I haven't touched him whatsoever. The thing you need to realize is that the Saha decks, they don't touch your face. Like, they don't. Like, they aren't running copious amounts of storm damage because aggro is so prevalent. dragon players have to play honest. Like, they have to play not greedy. Like, this is where my tortoise dragon deck came from, because it's one of the least greedy possible versions of dragon that exists in this current format. But yeah, like, it's one of those. He needed to think like several turns ahead and just could not do it, and that's what he's gonna lose. So here, when the tribunal pops, it's not popping on a threatening turn for me. Additionally, it's not even stopping me from playing anything relevant, because the other thing for tribunal is that versus dragon, tribunal basically reads, don't play your Baja. Like, because the tribunal lasts for so long that generally when you play out the Baja, not only does your Baja feels bad because it then reads a 10 mana nuke everything on the board, pass your turn, feel bad, cry in the corner. Additionally, it'll give your opponent that much needed initiative, and then they can play things like say their Seraph or say their Aegis. And granted, Bahamut really couldn't deal with both of them with either of those two after they come into play. However, a Bahamut on a naked board can prevent those two from coming into play in the first place. So I just go ahead and just skillfully play around his tribunal as best as possible. I go ahead and throw out that decoy target. Thankfully, the universe realizes that I'm meant to win this game because my opponent punches it out the window and lets my Ayala take the hit. And while here, yes, he does make a redeeming play by going for this evolve. It doesn't matter because he's already thrown the game so far out the window that, like, I'm gonna win. Like, so I just go ahead and go Israfil here. I gotta make the 10-10 Israfil again. I made this 10-10 Israfil because I felt that was gonna be the most difficult for him to clear, because I knew he had a Kaiser in hand, I knew he had some other stuff in hand, and he's already used a tribunal. I don't think he's playing Themis, so that's why I make this play. And then here, ultimately, you see that my opponent ends up in the exact same situation where he was still gonna have to use his last Evo anyway. I don't know about you, but in my opinion, I would have much preferred to have used my 4-drop to kill my opponent's 10-drop or to kill his 9-drop or something like that, instead of using it to kill his half-dead 4-drop that I can just, Evo into and kill. Because when you see here, you'll see that my opponent needs exactly one more Evo to play his Aegis. He would have been able to get that Evo if he had just given me his Evo earlier. Like, if he had made it so that way say his judge didn't need to Evo into a creature, that would have been a one game for him. Would have straight just won the game, because I don't have storm damage. Like, so if he can, like, stall the board, if he can stall the board state, and if he can, like, kill every single creature I play out, I'm not gonna win this game. I'm only gonna win this game if I have Poly. I didn't have Poly. Clearly, if I had the Poly, I would just gone ahead and just tossed it down way sooner. But yeah. And then even here, like I said, this part tilted me so much because he doesn't even clear this. He's like, oh, my opponent doesn't have 4 damage in hand. They can't possibly kill me. Bam. Yeah. So then he dies because, again, he was dumb. He did greedy things. He didn't understand how to play his deck, and he lost. Like, now again, to the average eye, that might have looked like, oh, well, he just got unlucky with the exception of that one play. But no, it was a series of plays from making that one mistake and just not being able to fix it. I say this all the time, but yeah, like, there are some mistakes that they can make in this game that are literally irreversible. Like, sometimes you get lucky, so sometimes you end up in a spot where your opponent can't punch you. But then most times, if your opponent is good, they're gonna realize you made a mistake and they're gonna punish that ass. Like, and here I was able to do that. Again, if he had simply used his tribunal on 6, because again, like, because the thing that you need to realize is that with Haven, you get the luxury of having a lot of turn skips. That makes the, oh, what do I do while my tribunal's ticking down? You have Themis, you have Curate, so you still have plays that you can make on 7 and 8. Like, ideally for me, the best thing if you're playing Aegis is to go Tribunal on 6, Themis on 7. The reason why that by itself, why that in and of itself is already good, is because you've already set yourself up for success. You already have that Tribunal popping down for your Aegis. Additionally, if you play a Tribunal on 6, literally everyone who's ever played the game, who's any decent at the game whatsoever, they already know to expect you to play Themis on 6. If you don't play Themis on 6, they're gonna think, oh, he doesn't have Themis. What are they gonna do when they think you don't have Themis? They're gonna play into your Themis, and then when that Themis comes down, wipes them right out of the game. And then when you play the Curate, you make sure that no silly shenanigans can kill me now because any of the damage that I was taking going into my 7-mana turn has been nullified. Like, Curate basically reads nullify either 1 creature attack or 2 burn spells. That's actually very, very huge in this game. Again, like, I know that this is ranty, but it's one of those, like, it needs to be said. Like, it needs to be said. Like, and while I know that a lot of like players or whatever, like, while I know that a lot of my viewer base or whatever probably doesn't want me, like, spreading this information because, like, they play Shadow and they would rather not see good Haven players. It's got to be done. Like, just because, like, I believe that, everyone should get better at their class. Just because, like, when you get better at your class and when you play well, like, it's gonna show. Like, it's gonna show. You're gonna be a better person. You're gonna be a better person as a whole for it. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed the video, go ahead and leave a like. If you didn't enjoy it, go ahead and still leave a like, but let me know why you didn't enjoy it, and I'll go ahead and I'll try to fix it by the next video. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you haven't. I do try to update every day. Well, most every day. And yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time.